Hi, so this is gonna be my like tattoo tag video or like stuff about my tattoos, which is easily the most requested video that you guys have asked for. So I'm gonna do it for you. Not gonna talk about every single tattoo just because I feel like it's gonna take ages and I'll be here all day and you guys might get bored. So I've got like the standard tattoo tag questions, and then I asked you guys on Instagram if there's anything else you want to know. So I've added them in here, and yeah. So the first one, sorry I'm reading them off my phone, is how many tattoos do you have? And this is probably one I get asked a lot in general as well. I honestly don't know, mostly because like stuff like this, is that one tattoo? Is it like, I don't know. So I think after you get, when doesn't the dog snore, seriously? I think once you get like a big piece like somewhere on you, you don't really think about how many tattoos you have. Like I definitely used to be able to count, like let's say on like this arm, be like, okay, I got 1, 2, 3, whatever. But I really don't know anymore. 2. Okay, what's your favourite tattoo? I think at the moment actually it's this one, which is an epaulette, which was done by Claudia at 7 Doors Tattoo, and I just freaking love it. I think it's just like, I don't know, I just love it. It has no meaning, whatever. I mean, these tattoos are actually, I think you could see them in, if you remember those little books that are like Russian prison tattoos or Russian criminal tattoos. It's one of those, but I've never been in a Russian prison. I just thought it looked cool, so there you go. How old were you when you got your first tattoo, and what was it? I was 18. I was always really interested in tattoos, and this is like back in the day of MySpace. I remember I used to like add all my favourite tattoo artists on MySpace so I could like follow them on there before the days of Instagram, and yeah, just look around. So my first tattoo is this one here. Oh, got a little ASOS label for you. Hopefully you can see. It's just like a little heart lock. I don't really know it had much like meaning behind it, but I still really like it, and it was done by a really cool tattoo artist, and yeah, no, I'm happy with it. What do your parents think of your tattoos? They freaking hate them, of course they do. Especially in the beginning when, because I used to just like cover them up and try and hide them, which is really silly, because like this one is, you can just see it when I wear a t-shirt or whatever, like it kind of comes up my neck. I remember I used to wear like loads of little polo shirts to try and hide it from my parents. And then when they did see them, obviously they were just like, what have you done? Blah blah blah. And I can't even really remember like conversations, because the problem is with tattoos is that they're permanent. Sort my hair out. Thing is, obviously with tattoos, there's actually nothing parents can do. They're already on you, and yeah, all they can do is say, I don't like them. Which is fine, like everyone has their own opinions, so... But now, they're kind of over it. Don't like them, like don't get me wrong, they really don't like them. But I actually had a little conversation with my mum about this the other day. Basically, I'm still her daughter, so she just has to deal with it, I guess. Ooh, number 5. Does your boyfriend like your tattoos? If so, what's his favourite? Let's ask him. Alfie, do you like my tattoos? If so, what is your favourite? I think the shits given by my boyfriend are minimal. But I guess on like a serious note, if like I was with someone and they didn't like my tattoos. That'd be kind of silly because they're not going anywhere, and yeah, whatever. Did you always have a love for tattoos? And I know my boyfriend's everywhere. And what was your inspiration? Don't lick me. I guess, like I said, I was always really interested in it. Not always, I guess not from like birth, but when I was like 15, 16, I started like researching and finding styles and artists that I liked. I don't really know what my inspiration was because I never had like a plan of what I wanted or what I wanted to like look like or anything like that. Nowadays, I know Instagram is a great place to get any kind of inspiration because you can just see like a million tattoo artists and all these different types of tattoos, and everyone has these different styles. So sometimes I'll just see like a picture, see a picture of a tattoo that someone's done, and I'll think that's really cool, but I never want to get that exact thing. I'd always modify it in some way, like this one for example. The shop manager at Seven Doors in London, which is a really awesome shop and highly recommend, I used to have one of these on both shoulders, and my friend Luke, hello Luke if you end up watching this, works at Seven Doors, so I was discussing it with him and he told me that Claudia had done his tattoos, and so I just like booked a consultation with her and we spoke about it and just said like how we just make it a bit more kind of girly, like mine has like a rose in it as well, and the other guys obviously didn't, it was something else. So yeah, I thought they looked really cool on him and wanted one for myself. But I think as long as you don't completely rip someone off, like so if someone got a rose right there I wouldn't ever be upset. But yeah, as long as you don't straight up copy someone else's tattoo, but if you get like inspiration from it, I think it's okay. I think. Do you plan on getting more tattoos in the future? Yes, but the reason why this took so long to film is that I always had like another tattoo booked, or I was getting something finished. Like my arm, obviously it takes a long time, a lot of sessions to finish. So yeah, plan. Not really, I've never had a plan. I just get stuff that I like and just add around it, add to it. I don't know. I think it's more fun that way. I don't have like a vision. I'll just get other things that I like, and then obviously it just kind of like builds up. God, I'm not describing this very well. Which tattoo would you say was the most painful? That's easy, that's got to be my stomach, which is also one of the ones that people ask about the most, so I'm going to try and show you the whole thing. So, I mean, I wore joggers for this, it's really classy, but that's like most of it. Obviously it goes up here and there, it goes a bit further down, but you definitely don't want to see that. I love handles, but yeah, easily this, and going up here was just absolutely horrendous. I didn't actually know before I decided to get my stomach tattooed that it's supposed to be like the worst, one of the worst places to get tattooed, because I always assumed if there was like bone, like if you get tattooed on the bone, that hurts more. But with your stomach, you don't have bone in your stomach, so when they're tattooing you, it's just going like blah, blah, blah. And when they're like pushing the needle down, and there's nothing like stopping it, and you just start tensing your muscles because you're in pain. And I don't know, it's like you shouldn't tense up when you're getting tattooed because it just hurts more, but then when you're getting your stomach tattooed I felt like there was nothing I could do but tense up because your body's just going woo. So yeah, it was absolutely disgusting, and that was 3 different sessions. So like this like mandala piece, that bit, that was done first, and then like my stomach, and then the bit that comes up here. So it was not all done in one day. I don't even know how many hours in total it took, but all I'll say is I think it's probably like too many. It really felt awful. But the guy that did most of this tattoo is unreal. He's called Guy, and he is amazing. Do you regret any of your tattoos, and why? I guess yeah. I mean, one of the other questions that someone's asked me on Instagram, which I've also written down, but I might as well just put it all in one, is I've got tattoos on my feet. You can see my feet. So yeah, just like the script on my feet. I actually got them lasered yesterday, but you really, like, it doesn't look like anything at the moment. It just feels a bit like I've got sunburnt feet. It says Everlong on my feet, and it basically, I don't want to get into like the whole thing, but it kind of reminds me of a chapter in my life that is over and I need to close, and I just like to get something else over it. And yeah, like, to do so I just need to get it a lot lighter. I just kind of want it to be like completely closed, that's it, and get something else over the top of it, which at the moment, if I wanted to get something on top of it, it had to be like super dark, and I don't want like a big blackout tattoo on my feet because that would just look weird. So just getting it lasered to get it lightened up enough that I can get something that I really like on top of it, but I don't think that'll be till like 2017 now. Oh, and lasering really hurts. So yeah, don't do it to yourself if you don't have to. What was your least painful tattoo? I think these bad boys here, got like swallows on each side of my leg. They were really easy because I guess your legs are just like this kind of bits of chub and muscle and stuff, and it wasn't on the bone. But then again, I don't know if I think they were painless, or not painless, not so painful, because I was like 19 and I'm 26 now, so it's quite a long time ago. I'll still go with the legs though, because I think legs were probably the easiest. Yeah. Oh, now I'm going to move on to like the specific questions that you guys asked me. Do you worry about pregnancy, like with my stomach tattoo? Thought about it, obviously, and it's one of the reasons I was like, nah, I'd never get my stomach tattooed before. But at the end of the day, like, I don't know when or if I'm gonna have a kid, and it's like, hey, if it happens, it happens, and if it stretches out the tattoo, like, it's not the end of the world. I'll probably be more bothered about the fact that I have a child to look after, and I could probably get it kind of like fixed up a bit as well. But for now, and most likely like at least the next like 5-10 years of my life, I'm not gonna really worry about pregnancy and babies and stuff, so like YOLO, really. I kind of like answered the remove me one. What made you decide to get heavily tattooed? This one made me laugh because I thought I'm not heavily tattooed in my head, because the people I think of that I know that are heavy tattooed, like the whole neck's done, and like from like here to their ankles, like it's just completely covered. That's what I think of as being heavily tattooed. But I guess for people that don't have any, I would be considered like more tattooed, but it makes me laugh because it's not how I see myself at all. Nothing made me decide to get like a lot of tattoos. Like I said, it's just like a process, just kind of got one then another, and it just builds up. It wasn't like, okay, I want to look like this and have all these tattoos. Like, what really annoys me is when I hear people say, oh yeah, for my birthday, like I want to get a full sleeve. It's like, why? Why don't you just get stuff that you like and you really want? Maybe that has particular meaning to you, maybe it doesn't, whatever. Rather than just be like, I want to get a whole sleeve and it's going to cost me £200. It's just, it's never going to end well. So just get little bits and bobs that you like, and yeah, build around that. I really like this. That is, so I'll kind of use this arm as an example. Like this tattoo, which says like no love, and then I've got like no hope on this side. These are really quite old now. Must have been like 20, 21, 22. I was working, so I think I must have been like 21, 22. So these are like the oldest ones on my arms. And then I got this, can you see that? This bird cage here, and this like umbrella here when I was in Manchester because it was freaking rained. And then after I got the bird cage, I said to my tattooist, who's a guy called Cham, who's also amazing, that I wanted like birds and stuff, but he's like, your arm is way too small, like we can't get a bird in that bird cage as well. So we just discussed it and said, okay, we could add like some more on my arm, and that's literally how it happened. We just ended up adding like more and more, and we spoke about kind of stuff I would like, and I wanted it to be kind of girly. So he said, okay, we can do like jewels and chains and stuff, and like obviously I like roses and flowers. So like that's how it happened. It wasn't like a vision as such. It just built up that way, and I'm really, really happy with it. If you could start again, would you pick completely different tattoos or anything differently? Yeah, probably. Like I said with my feet, I don't hate that tattoo at all. I just probably prefer something else. I have a fox as well that I keep forgetting about. I can't really move very well because I've got a fat dog there. I've got a fox here that I'm not a huge fan of, and like those swallows, like these ones, they were done by such a good tattoo artist who's now moved to the US. I think, oh my god, like if I could go back and do it again, I would have got something like way cooler and more different than bloody swallows. But I don't hate them. I think I could have something that I like more now in those places. So I don't look at them and think, oh, that's awful. So I don't know, to be honest, if I could start again, I have no idea, and I don't really want to start again because the thought of having to go through all of that pain again, no, I think I'll just stick with what I've got. Have you had any problems with getting a job with the tattoos? No. I've been employed by the same company since I was 21, and at that point really didn't have a huge amount of tattoos. Like obviously I was a student for 3 years, so I didn't have the money to spend to go and get tattoos, or like good tattoos, and I'm really, really picky about like tattooists and stuff. But so at that point, no, because you couldn't see them anyway. And now obviously with more, I don't know, it's never been a big deal. That may also be because generally when I go to work, they're covered. Like I'm wearing tights, which you can't see the tattoos on my legs through, and like a work dress and a cardigan, so you just can't see them. And if I went for interview for like a different job or like in a different company, I would just cover them up. I don't know. So personally, no. But I don't know if that's just because I've worked there for a decent amount of time, and like I'm pretty open with like my bosses and stuff. I'll say, is it okay, like when it's been hot recently, like if I could take a cardigan off because it's warm, which I usually don't do. And the answer is always like a yes. I've never actually had a negative comment about them at work. If anything, people are just interested by them. So no, not really. But obviously it's something to consider before you do get tattooed. Like you can't just wash them off. They're going to be on there, and if you're going for the type of job that like wouldn't allow them or like them, then yeah, it's something you need to think about a lot. What aftercare do you use? For years and years I used the Panthen, like the baby like nappy rash bum cream, and now which is still fine, but what really annoys me about it is if you have like a bigger piece, and obviously like when you first get tattooed, like they're sore, you basically have like a wound on your arm, you have to like dot it on and then like rub it in, and it hurts, so I didn't really enjoy using that. And then again, my friend Luke said, oh, you should use coconut oil, so I started doing that, and it's so much nicer, and they've been healing up really quick actually using coconut oil. Also I use like once they like this one, it's probably one of the questions and I'm ruining it, but this one is my newest one, so it's like 3 horses and it says goodbye horses, and if you don't know that song then you should probably Spotify it or watch Silence of the Lambs or both because it's all good. But yeah, like now, because this is just kind of dry, is healed, I just put cocoa butter on it, like the one in the pot, which also I find is really good. So coconut oil, cocoa butter, and if you want, and especially if it's a smaller bit of skin that you've got tattooed, especially if it's a smaller tattoo, but panthen's fine, and there's loads of other stuff that people use, and every tattooist, I swear, has like a different opinion on how you should heal your tattoos, like if you leave cling film on them, or you don't, or whatever, but I think you kind of work out what works best for your skin because everyone's different. Do you hate them sometimes? No? I'm trying to think of a time that I thought I hate them. No. Sometimes it's annoying, like, because of other people's reactions, which, like, I find overwhelmingly are like positive and interested, and if someone came up to me and was just genuinely curious and wanted to ask me about my tattoos, that is absolutely fine. But it's when, usually if you're out and then like some drunk dude comes up to you and starts like pouring at your arm being like, what's that, blah blah blah, that's when it gets really annoying. But I don't hate them. If anything, I kind of forget that they're there because they're just on you every single day of your life. I don't really think about it in that much detail. Oh, where do you get your tattoos done? I've spoken about a couple of places, so yeah, and I'm going to put a list of like the tattoo artists that I've been tattooed by in the description box, so you can have a look there, which is going to pretty much be like a summary of the people that I like the most. So if you like the kind of styles of mine, you hopefully like them. Where wouldn't you get tattooed? Probably somewhere really obvious, like my face, or like around my neck or something like that. I don't know. Also, I wouldn't get like my chest done because I think that area like of your skin is quite feminine, and I don't really want anything there, which is my opinion. Completely, like lots of women have that tattooed and love it. So, but yeah, I just don't ever want like my chest, my face, or like my neck or throat tattooed. Oh yeah, and I guess like what is your most recent tattoo? I'll add in, even though I've shown you, is this one. Here, it's really hard to like show the back of your arm, seriously. But that is it, and I really like it. I'll give you a mini tour of some of the ones that are easy to show you. So yeah, the No Love, No Hope. Here, it's like some little lovebirds, really cute. And, oh god, how do you... And here is like some lyrics from Modern Life is War. It's like really good band, and yeah, I got this when I was going through a really crappy time, so yeah, that one means quite a lot to me, probably the most of all of my tattoos. A good summary, I think. If there's anything else you want to know, then yeah, just ask me down like in the comments or wherever you want, and yeah, I will reply to you. So thank you very much. I hope that's answered like most of your tattoo related questions for me, and I'm going to try harder to do like one video per week, which will usually probably go up on a Sunday because obviously I'm only off work on the weekends. So yeah, I hope you've had a lovely weekend, although it's the end of the weekend, and I'll see you next week. Bye.